With Lock and Wiley, Eric Dickerson and D'Angelo Hall are back. Let's move to New Orleans, where Nick Foles and the Eagles are looking to continue their unlikely postseason run Sunday against the Saints. When these teams met back in November, Drew Brees and company crushed Philadelphia 48-7 and even got Malcolm Jenkins to flip Sean Payton the bird. This week, Jason Peters claimed the Saints ran up the score and that Philly has been using that as motivation through although Doug Peterson disagrees. All right, I think this is an emotional advantage for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they ran all last year on that underdog spirit, and they have found it again this week. Do I think it means they're going to win in New Orleans? No, but this will be a final possession game.
I agree. Whoa, wait a minute. You had me saying I agree.
Snuck that in.
Last possession game, I said it's putting them in the right mindset, and they thrive in that mental space, which is we're underdogs, put on the dog mask and all that. Yeah, they're back there. That Super Bowl run mentality is back. And I understand why. You get beat up like that by a team. It's harder for the winning team, the Saints, 48 points, to go back to the drawing board. It's like, no, just Xerox that same game plan, basically, because it works. And then you look at the losing team, they scrap everything. And this is what happened with the Ravens versus the Chargers. They saw them in Week 16. Ravens came back out there in the playoffs like, hey, it worked before. And the Chargers like, yeah, but we got something different for you. And that's the difference in this one. So I understand why you may think this is going to be a close contest, but Drew Brees at home in the playoffs, averaging 35 points a game in that dome and that frenzy, I think it's going to be too much for the talent-deprived Eagles team. I think this is an achieving team, but in comparison to the Saints, I think the Saints have way more talent, and they're at home, they're winning.
I mean, even more so than motivation. You know, it gives you a little glimpse into, the blueprint. How do we stop these guys? What were we successful with? What weren't we? So more so than that competitive edge, I think it just gives them a little bit more of a sense of urgency. Like, look, we can't not come out full strength or full speed. We can't not wait for them to make a play. If we don't hit these guys in the mouth, knowing we've been in this atmosphere and this environment before, I mean, when it rains, it pours, especially in that place. I've been in that place and felt like, man, it's no way we got a chance to win this game. I was in that stadium when they opened it back up post-Katrina, and we didn't have a chance in hell on that day to go down there. It was a setup. I'm almost out there on the sideline like, wow, we here. Like, they could have just put a rec team out there. It was going to be the same outcome.
They're playing FEMA out there.
And so, it gives them a little bit of an edge when it comes to the actual play. But I think more so than a mentality standpoint, it gives them an edge to say, hey, look, we can't let this team jump on us, and we got to come out the aggressors. We can't wait to get hit by this Saints offense or this Saints defense and then try to fight back. If we don't come out strong from the jump, we ain't got no chance. I don't give them much of a chance anyway in that place, but you really ain't got a chance if you sit and wait.
I'm going the total opposite direction. I'm going to go just like I thought the Eagles would beat the Bears last week. And people say, well, they missed the field goal, they got blocked. Who won the game? The Eagles won the game.
There it is.
You know, I believe that when you play a team, it's hard to beat a team twice. And I agree with you. It's hard to beat the Saints in New Orleans. Even going back to when we played them, it's hard. But all the pressure to me is on the New Orleans Saints. The Eagles, like, we ain't supposed to be in no way. I mean, so yeah, we won the Super Bowl last year, but, and nobody's expecting us to win. Let's go in here and just lay it all out. We're not going to hold anything back. If we have to go for it on fourth down, and when we're in the middle of the field, we'll do it. I just feel like, I agree with you, Jason. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Eagles going to win a game like people go, like they'll be standing there when the game's over. Just like in Chicago, when you saw the bear fall on his back. and when he missed the field goal, like, oh my God, how did they do that? So I'm just going to go with I'm going to Eagles.
See, Edie, my problem with what you're saying is this. You're basically saying that the Eagles feel no pressure.
Yeah.
As a player though, that's not the way you're going into the game. You're not going into the game like, we're supposed to lose by 40. Hey, we lost by 40 last time.
Whatever happens.
Whatever happens. Let's, hey, coach, let's just, let's figure it out. They're going to go out there with the intent to destroy the Saints, the same way the Saints going out there to destroy them. I think we get caught up in the media saying, well, they have nothing to play for because we obviously think that the Saints has the way better chance to win this football game. So we're thinking, Eagles have nothing to play for.
Eric, you media.
Expectations can be a burden. And so what Eric is saying is the burden of expectation
is on the Saints.
Is off of Philadelphia, and they're just going to let it rip.
See, guys in that locker room, I don't think they feel like that.
But who do you think is going to win? You said it's going to be close.
I feel like the Eagles feel the same way. Like, look, they embarrassed us last time. If I'm Doug Peterson, yes, I'm going to say, oh, no, that's not a problem. But in the locker room, they embarrassed all of us. They embarrassed our organization. We're going to show them why we won the Super Bowl. We're going to show them we're going to come to your place and beat you at home. We don't care how we do it.
What is the end of your message? Hey, guys, let's just lay it on the line. We have nothing to lose.
No, they going to
no, your message is we the defending Super Bowl champs. Let's show them what time it is.
I do think Doug Peterson may play the card of no one expects us to do a damn thing.
He will say that.
Underdog.
Except those of us here in this locker room. Let's go out and prove everybody wrong. We're playing with house money right now anyway. We backed into the playoffs late. No one expected us to be here. And to your point, Marcellus, who I think is going to win, the Saints are at home, and it's Drew Brees. And I think if it's a final possession game and I got to choose between Drew Brees and Nick Foles, I'm going to go with Drew Brees.
You know what? I like your messaging, how you were saying Doug Peterson in the locker room, what he says to his players. I can see how that resonates because all they need to do is not win 4 quarters. Win 1 or 2 quarters. Start fast, to your point. If the Eagles keep pace early with the Saints, I know what's going to happen. The Saints going to look around and say, hey, man, we're supposed to have this lead. We're at home. We got all these elements. Everything's in our favor. If we don't have that, then they're not playing to the same freeness and the same fluidity that they would normally. If they got 21-point lead, Saints, it's going to roll. If it's tight, they going to get tight. And then that's going to be the problem.
I'm going to say what I said. I was 4-0 last week on all my picks. 4-0. So I'm going 4-0 again. I'm going 4-0 again. I'm going with the Eagles.
I can guarantee right now you will not be 4-0.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
Money
guaranteed.
Back, money back. I'm looking at the camera. Light me up. Money back. Guaranteed. ED will not go 4-0 this week.
Hey, look at the camera.
You will see.
I plan on going 4-0.
Coming up, did Kevin Durant accidentally change the world of sports for the worse? Jim Jackson joins the show, and we put on our thinking caps.